Good morning, and welcome to the graduation ceremony for Space Camp and Robotics Camp. My name is Sarah, and I have the privilege of being your Master of Ceremonies today. This is a momentous day, as you are about to join a family of over 1 million alumni from over 140 countries in all 50 states who have attended Space Camp programs since we have opened our doors in 1982. If you are a Space Camp, Aviation Challenge, or Robotics and Cyber Camp alumni, please stand and be recognized. Among our alumni are countless scientists, doctors, and engineers. We are also proud to have 10 astronauts, 2 cosmonauts, and 4 commercial astronauts as alumni. Soon, we will also see some of our astronaut alumni, Christina Cook, Dr. Kate Rubins, and Jasmine Mobelli, return to space with the Artemis program, which means one of them could soon become the first woman on the moon. Today, we have a very special guest to welcome all of our today's graduates to our alumni family, Mike Foreman. Captain Mike Foreman is a former naval aviator and Annapolis graduate with a bachelor's in aerospace engineering. He graduated with distinction from the U.S. Naval Postgraduate School with a master's in aeronautical engineering and graduated with distinction from the U.S. Naval Test Pilot School. He has over 7,500 hours of flight time in over 50 different types of aircraft. He was selected to be a NASA astronaut in 1998 and has spent over 637 hours in space during 2 space shuttle missions. While in space, he performed 5 spacewalks for a total of 32 hours and 19 minutes outside the space vehicles, helping to build the International Space Station. After 17 years as an astronaut, Mike left NASA in 2015, joined Venturi Outcomes LLC, a Houston-based consulting firm specializing in managing construction projects. In addition to his duties as president of Venturi, Mike is also the mayor of Friendswood, Texas. So please give a round of applause for Mike Foreman.
Thanks a lot, Sarah. Appreciate it. We got to get a better speaker back in the green room. I could barely hear you, so I had to put my ear to the door. I came out at the right time, though. Hey, it is great to be back at Space Camp. Yes, the first week of the summer, and they brought me back. I feel special. You know, it's a little bit competitive with retired astronauts, the ones of us that get a chance to come here. So, Kristen Reagan, where are you? In the room? No? Kristen Reagan's the woman here that sort of schedules us. She reached out to me maybe in March, said, hey, what dates do you have available? Here are the dates that we're scheduling camps. And I told her all of my dates. And then a couple weeks ago, she reached out. She said, okay, can you come these 3 weeks? And I said, yes, wow, 3 weeks. I get to come here 3 weeks. So, and the first week of all things. So, you know, I'm trying to set the bar low for the next week's astronauts, but no, I'm trying to set the bar high, Sarah, I am. But I just love having a chance to come back. I've been here this week, had a chance to talk to all the kids, all the campers. Great group of kids this week, fantastic. And I'm just really feel blessed to be here. So let me tell you just a few things Sarah didn't tell you about myself. I grew up in Wadsworth, Ohio. Where's the Ohioans? Whoop, whoop, OH. There we go. Well trained. I wanted to be an astronaut since I was 8 years old. Okay, I set myself on this path. And I don't know if you know this, the rest of you in the room, there are more astronauts from Ohio than any other state. And so people, of course, always ask me, Mike, why are there so many astronauts from Ohio? And I just tell them, well, it's a lot of people looking for work outside the state. But I'm joking, of course. Coincidentally, early in our space program, and I'm supposed to talk for like 2 minutes, so I think I'm like 30 seconds over already, sorry. I'll be quicker. Early in the space program, coincidentally, Ohio had 3 astronauts very early. In the first 2 groups of astronauts selected, John Glenn, Neil Armstrong, Jim Lovell, that guy you all know as Tom Hanks from the movie Apollo 13. in the first, after 2 groups of astronaut selection, NASA had 16 astronauts, 3 of them from Ohio. So the news media in Ohio grabbed onto that, and they were talking about, hey, this new breed of people, they're astronauts, and we heard about that all the time. So as an 8-year-old boy, I said, wow, this looks awesome. I was inspired. I said, I want to do that. And of course, my first thought after making my decision I'm going to be an astronaut is, how do you become an astronaut? So I got on Google. No, I didn't. The kids in the back are going, yeah, okay. No, I figured out that those 3 gentlemen I just named, they were all naval aviators. A naval aviator's a pilot in either the Navy or the Marine Corps. Do we have a naval aviator over here? All right. Hoorah. Go Navy. So I said, okay, well, I'll become a Navy pilot and become an astronaut. And it was a pretty simple plan. But I want to accelerate to the end. I went to the Naval Academy, very proud of the fact that I graduated from the U.S. Naval Academy, but I didn't get to come to space camp. Why? Because they didn't have space camp in the 60s when I was a kid, or the 70s. They didn't have space camp till 1982. So just about 42 years of space campers, but not me. And at the end of my time there, trying to become an astronaut, I applied to NASA 8 times. 8 times before I was selected. So I didn't get selected 7 times. So I wonder if I had been able to come to space camp, how much that would have accelerated my opportunity to become an astronaut and get selected. I'm sure it would have helped. I didn't hear that. I got here when I could. Thank you, ma'am. This is not an interactive talk, really. But I just want to thank you all, parents, for sending your kids to space camp. You are investing in our future, in our country's future. These are future leaders out here. These are kids that are taking that first step, in some cases their second, third step, coming back to space camp multiple times, and learning things like teamwork and leadership and communication, and all the things that they instill here is just a wonderful place for these kids to be at this time. And I want to thank you for all that you've done. And now I want to get out of the way so we can proceed with our graduation. Back to you, Sarah.
Now it's time for you to graduate and join this prestigious group of alumni. Our first team today is Team Canis, led by Nay and Aiden. First up is Winston. Clara. Tegan. John. Trent. Ziva. Azalea. Liam. Andrew. Elliott. Vetri. Nikita. Gloria. And Simon. Team Canis. Next up is Team Cygnus, led by Jacob and Monet. First up is Isaac. Cooper. Braden. Claire. Ranger. Felix. Hattie. Mata. John. Max. Nathan. Sarah. Boston. Juliana. Sam. And finally, Bam. Team Cygnus. Next up is Team Aries, led by Paul and Rice. First up is Coleman. John. Adam. Harper. Eleanor. Giffen. Emma. Aubriana. Gerardo. Gannon. Adret. Grayson. Margaret. Bo. And Lucy. And joining us from home, Spencer. That is Team Aries.
All
Next up is Team Capricorn, led by Kelly and Luke. First up is Camila. Genevieve. Ethan. Varick. Ariel. Nathan. Connor. Sabella. Sel. Evelyn. Serenity. Elodie. Juliana. Tag. And Joseph. Team Capricorn. Next up is Team Hercules, led by Parker and Caroline. First up is Sophia. Addison. Zeph. Zoe. Lucas. Aubrey. Sydney. Matthew. Jason. Liam. Reese. Sienna. Kent. Bradford. And Evan. Team Hercules. Next up is Team Draco, led by Parks and Caleb. First up is Sophia. Ian. CJ. Ava. Lily. Asher. Isaiah. Adriana. Jace, Liliana, Jackson, Leo, Hope, Gail, and Jake. Jake. Team Draco. Next up is Team Cassiopeia, led by Preston and Liz. First up is Ayla. Anthony, Peyton, Charlie, John, William, Tank, Oliver, Madeline, Skylar, Gaia, Mikey, Grant, and Aaliyah. Team Cassiopeia. Next up is Team Cepheus, led by Emily and Sammy. First up is Pierce. Gabriella, Jasper, Nora, Paxton, Scarlett, Sophie, Samantha, Miles, Colin, Aiden, Jacob, Carter, Megan, and Camden. Team Cepheus. Next up is Team Andromeda, led by Rocco and Zach. First up is Collins. Aiden, Patrick, Sam, Ellie, Brianna, Tyler, Owen, Evie, Eliza, Audrey, Ryan, Karina, and Caroline. Team Andromeda. Next up is Team Dorado. First up is Dalton. Elijah, Kimber, Abby, Emily, Emmanuel, Quinn, Molly, Owen, Christian, Everett, Jackson, and Bryn. Team Dorado. Next up is Team Gear, led by Corey and Grant. First up is Alice, Coraline, Grace,
That's my daughter.
Malachi, Gabriel, Madeline, Bailey, Ronan, Deidre, Sabian, Reardon, Alex, and Trip. Team Gear. Next up is Team Lever, led by Wesley and Emmy. First up is Charlie. Theo, Robbie, Max, Adeline, Kiki, RJ, Malia, Emma, Adelaide, Arjan, and Will. Team Lover. Let's have one more round of applause for all of our new graduates. It is now time for the most exciting part of the graduation ceremony, the awards. From the moment you arrived and met your team this week, we kept score and watched as your team worked through challenges, built friendships, and participated in one activity after another. Today, we will give out a series of group and individual awards that reflect your accomplishments this week. Best Mission Patch. Astronaut Gus Grissom named his Mercury program capsule the Liberty Bell 7 and painted a crack on the side to match the real Liberty Bell. Then his capsule sank. When the time came to name his Gemini capsule, Gus debated naming his capsule the Titanic. NASA swiftly rejected the name. Instead, Gus named it the Molly Brown, a joking reference to a real-life survivor of the RMS Titanic. NASA then discontinued the tradition of letting astronauts name their own capsules. But a new tradition was born, and astronauts now design a patch to show both mission objectives and team unity. You designed a mission patch for your team while here at camp, and we chose one team's design to be our best mission patch. Drumroll, please. Team Hercules. Next up is Outstanding Team. Some of our trainees may have known each other when they arrived this week, but most of you met a team full of strangers when you checked in on Sunday. Over the course of the week, we looked for a team which gelled together and will accept this award tonight as a cohesive group. An outstanding team displays an incredible level of teamwork, takes on every activity with a team attitude, and always strives for excellence and new knowledge. Drumroll, please. Team Cygnus. Next up is Commander's Cup. Many of the activities our teams participated in this week were scored, from their engineering challenges to their simulated space missions. The scores are given based on the team's professionalism, communication, and completion of the mission objectives. The Commander's Cup Award is given to the team with the highest average score for the week's activities. Drumroll, please. Team Dorado. Next up, we have our Robotics Camp Awards. For Robo Prime Contract. Drum roll, please. Team Gear. Our next award, Robo RIF. Drumroll, please. Team Lever. Next up is our individual awards. For Space Camp, we have Right Stuff. The Right Stuff is an individual award given to a single trainee each week. Modeled after the Tom Wolfe novel of the same name, the Right Stuff Award is given in honor of the early jet test pilots, astronauts, and all those who have made sacrifices in the early space programs. A Right Stuff winner exemplifies the characteristics of these brave pioneers and goes above and beyond to make their team's week and at camp a success. For Space Camp, drum roll, please. From Team Cepheus, Megan. Next up, for our robotics camp, we have the Hero Award, the Human Excellence Reward Ornament. The Hero Award is given to a trainee who demonstrates the outstanding traits of imagination, inspiration, innovation, determination, and optimism during this week. This trainee is a hero for their team and helps make sure their team's week is a success in all ways. Drum roll, please. From Team Lever, Theo. We also have a crew trainer of the week. Parker. Let's give another round of applause for our Hero Award. Finally, before we conclude graduation, we need to say some important thank yous. First, let's give a round of applause for your parents and guardians. We are so glad they decided to lend you to us for the week. Lastly, I want to thank the people who made your time here possible. Camp wouldn't be camp without their tireless work every day, from early mornings to late nights. Let's hear for all the staff who you met this week, and especially your crew trainers. With that, we'll conclude our graduation ceremony. Trainees, please remain seated, and parents, you will be dismissed by rows and may collect your trainees from their teams in the back of the auditorium. After you have retrieved your luggage, please, we welcome you to enjoy the day in the museum. We ask you to enter through the museum entrance across the parking lot. The trainee wristband will admit your trainee plus 4 guests for free. Additional guests are provided discounted group rate admission. Since we do have additional graduations and program check-ins, we do kindly ask you to move your vehicle to the museum parking lot near the Saturn V and Davidson Center. And to all those watching at home, thank you for joining us this morning and have a great weekend.